Steps to write a good writing expression in the exam. Today's lesson is about the different techniques and steps that we follow in order to write a good, correct written expression in English. So, written expression is important in the exam, but students find difficulties to conduct one. Today, I will try to provide you with some tips to follow in order to succeed in writing an acceptable essay. First thing that students do when they don't know how to write a written expression is to rewrite the text or to rewrite the topic given with the steps, and that's wrong. Or sometimes what do? They let the place of written expression empty. That's wrong too. So the first thing is you try to write something. I give you this example, this topic, and you try to write a sample about it. Write a composition of about 120 to 140 words on the measures that public authorities must take to fight the spread of bribery. Okay, so this is the body of my topic, to write a composition of measures that the government or the public authorities must take to stop or to fight the spread of bribery, which is unethical behavior, bribery. Notes to help: A. Setting well implemented system of laws. Second, punishing corrupt activities. Third, inspecting the work of public officials. So these elements or notes, we use them as subordinate ideas for the body of our essay. Our main idea is the measures that the government or the public authorities must take to fight bribery, and our subordinate ideas on the body that we are going to write about on the body are A, B, and C. First thing we do is that we read and understand the theme of the topic and the keywords, the important words that explain the topic. The topic here is a problem to solve with solutions. So here they gave us a problem and they gave us solutions also. The problem is to bribery, okay? And how to fight this bribery. What do governments do to fight or to stop bribery? But they gave us solutions A, B, and C. So here our written expression is limited. We are not free to write solutions that we want, but we use the solutions they gave us and we explore them. Okay? So the first thing is that you understand the theme of your written expression. Here it's a problem solving. So the essay will be expository. So you expose the problem, you explain the problem, and you gave the solutions. Here we don't explain the problem so much. Just we refer to the problem at the introduction. But the body of your written expression will be about the solutions. First idea, second idea, third idea. Then you have the conclusion, which is the repetition of the main idea using different words. Here I try to give you to simplify the difficult words for you, even in English or Arabic. So we have measures, means rules, إجراءات, public, العامة, authorities, government, سلطة, fight, stop, تحارب, وتوقف. So we need to understand these words either in English or in Arabic in order to use them correctly in your written expression. Clear? So your written expression has three parts: introduction, the body, or we call it development, then the conclusion. Clear? So we start with the first part after finishing with these words. The spread, increase, bribery, رشوة, well implemented, تنفيذ جيد, laws, rules, punishing, disciplines, عقاب, corrupt activities, inspecting, controlling public officials. After having the meaning of the theme and explaining the difficult words in English or Arabic, it depends on the level of the student, you do this work on draft paper, of course. Now, draw a schema to your written expression. What do we mean by a schema? It means you write your main idea, introduction, main idea, then development, you write 3 supporting ideas or subordinate ideas. They are given to you. Then you write your conclusion. You write it's a repetition of the main idea using the different words. Okay, then you start writing about your main idea. You start writing your introduction. Introduction consists of the definition of bribery. Here we define bribery briefly, which is a problem and its bad effects in the society. Here when we speak about or we mention about bad effects, we mention them briefly. Why? Because our purpose isn't to describe the problem, to solve the problem and its bad effects in the society. Then suggest solutions or measures in order to build a bridge to development. Here we mention the A, B, C solutions that are given on the introduction, but just briefly. Okay, we don't write about these solutions, but just we mention them in order to make it as a bridge or link to move to development. Also, introduction consists of the main idea, the measures that public authorities must take to fight the spread of bribery. It needs a topic sentence, جملة توضح الفكرة العامة, and supporting ideas, suggestions, no more than 5 sentences for each paragraph. Introduction, 5 paragraphs, no more than 5 sentences, no more than 5 sentences. For the development, each idea, 5 sentences, no more than 5 sentences. Then write simple words that you know their functions. It's important. Don't try to use difficult new words. Simple words that you know. Simple language. Each word you don't know its meaning, don't use it. And don't try, never, I said don't try or never try to use new words in wrong place, because it's wrong. Write an introduction of 1 paragraph with no more than 5 sentences between 2 independent clauses. There will be 1 dependent clause. And here I explained what does it mean, dependent and independent clauses. In another video, you find it in my channel. So, as a sample of introduction, bribery is a practice that consists of offering money or something valuable to a person in order to do a favor or facilitate illegal work, using his powerful position. Bribery is an ethical act because of its harm on the people and the society. So the authorities move to fight bribery by setting some measures. In general, this is my introduction. Here I defined what does it mean bribery, and I gave the bad effects, then I gave some solutions, just I mentioned them. Okay, and this is just so simple. You can have many other samples also. So independent clauses separated by either full stop, dot, semicolon, comma, plus coordinate conjunctions like but, for, and, or, nor, yet. This is independent clause. And independent markers like consequently, also, however, moreover, and so on. Moreover, and so on. So this is for independent clause. Independent clause plus dependent clause cause conjunction time, conjunctions, relative pronouns, who, which, that, and whom. Subordinate conjunctions like whenever, whether, comma, if clause, unless clause. So for independent clause we have things to separate them, and for dependent clause the same thing. Body of the written expression. The body is the continuity of the introduction. This is body or development. Make sure to link between the introduction and the body with a bridge sentence with a linking. Okay, so this sentence is going to be the link between the introduction and the body. Firstly, the government moves to set well-implemented system of laws. This is my first supporting idea, that every citizen must obey from the bosses to the workers. These laws should be clarified and familiarized for the workers as difference between bribery and what we call gifts or hospitality. So here I explained what does it mean. What does it mean, the first supporting idea, which is well implemented system of laws. I then said that these laws must be respected and obeyed by all the citizens, from the bosses, the leaders, the directors to the workers. And also these laws should be clarified and familiarized for the workers, because they ignore the difference between what's mean gift, what's mean hospitality, and what's mean bribery. And bribery. The public authorities set the rules and make sure that everyone is aware about the risks to ignore the measures. Here I entered to what's punishment. If you ignore, what do these measures mean? Here you get to the punishment, and here I moved from the first idea to the second supporting idea. Secondly, the authorities punish people who deal with corrupt activities, like taking or receiving a bribe for position exploitation. Also, the punishment is so severe and strict in developed countries rather than in developing ones. I explained that the punishment is severe in high developed countries in comparison to developing countries, which is not that severe and strict. So here I said that people who don't respect these measures will get a punishment. Then another measure is taken by the public authorities, which is to inspect and control the work of public officials. Okay, when you control, you inspect, people get afraid of taking a bribery because they are under control, under surveillance, so they can't do the bribery, they can't take the bribery. The inspectors report on an illegal and a suspicious bribe case done by workers. Okay, so here I finished with the development, 3 supporting ideas, 3 paragraphs. As a conclusion, it's the repetition of the main idea of the introduction, but with different words. And remember that the conclusion should be shorter than the introduction, and the introduction should be shorter than the development or the body of your written expression. It's the repetition of the main idea and the introduction with other words. Finally, bribery is an ethical and immoral act that the government and the individuals have to fight together. They should stop its spread in all the domains, because bribery affects negatively both of them. Okay? Here, at the conclusion, I just repeated the idea of the introduction, that bribery is an ethical and immoral practice or act, and that the government via individuals must work together in order to fight it, because the impacts are negatively for both of them, for the government and the individuals. بالنسبة للشرح بالعربية ستجدون فيديو آخر شرح بالعربية. شكرا على المتابعة. Thank you.